So the assessment team is involved with the process of fostering by providing assessment and I guess helping us develop tools to use in our daily interactions with the foster children. And then those tools we then pass on to the biological family, to the birth family. So we bring the assessment team in, or we refer ourselves to the assessment team, or the child to the assessment team when we're having difficulties with problem behaviors, when it's a little more than our family can deal with. So we look for support in developing plans and I guess tools to help us deal with the problem behaviors of the child. So an example of when we started using the recommendations of the assessment team was with this one boy in particular. He'd moved into our house, and within about 3 weeks we were really struggling with behaviors. So we talked with his caseworker, who's part of our team, and made the referral to go to the assessment team. And yeah, and so he went there really quickly and had some assessments done with the clinical team, the psychological testing and the hearing and speech and language testing. He did some hearing assessment stuff, and then yeah, they came back and passed some stuff on to us. I guess specifically some recommendations they made were they just gave us an idea of where he was, like emotionally and academically, which gave us a better picture because of how to approach him and deal with him. He was a 12-year-old boy, and quite a big 12-year-old boy. So you kind of almost treated him like he was older. And then after the assessment came in, we kind of realized that he was functioning at a much lower level. So it it was, some of the recommendations were using simpler language, more direct questions and requests of him, using visual aids for things like morning and bedtime routines, and those kinds of things. So after we implemented the recommendations into our home, we found we just had a lot less confrontation, and he was able to do the stuff we were asking of him. We weren't setting him up for failure. We were, we changed. It helped us change our expectations. We adjusted our expectations so he was able to succeed, and that was probably the biggest change. And that really changed the amount of conflict we had. We no longer had to have those same battles